Hello and welcome to The Pulse. Home to just over 7 million people, Hong Kong may be a small place by international standards, but it's a big place when it comes to eating meat and fish. An average person in India consumes just 11 kilograms of meat or seafood per year. The typical Hong Konger manages 144 kilograms. That's why this place has become a major market for Brazilian beef. Hong Kong buys about 14% of the country's meat exports. So recent concerns over the safety of Brazilian meat and a partial ban are not good news, either for Brazil or for local consumers. More on that later. Also in part two, and unfortunately closer to home, is overflowing garbage, rat infestation, a broken elevator and an allegedly less than responsive landlord. This litany of problems has been facing small shop owners in Wong Sin's Tien shopping centre. But first, breaking up is hard to do. Just ask Michael Tien and Regina Yip.
喺外港呢條路上面咧，我哋唔係喺同一班車，但係咧，我哋其實喺隔離線嘅。
凡係男人都中意多啲空間嘅，我都好明白，係嘛？
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
In 2010, Michael Tien quit the Liberal Party due to differences in political views with other members. In 2011, he joined forces with Regina to co-found the New People's Party. On Monday, Tien announced that he and 6 district councillors are leaving that party. Once again, he says, political differences.
我必須承認，我要好好檢討點解次次都係我。我都有一個大概嘅答案，可能2次開始都係因為誤會而結合，因了解而分開。
如果我再招攬人才入黨呢，都係一定揾一啲係理念相同嘅人，真正有誠意嘅人，唔係話純粹想入嚟新民黨做個副主席。其實各位都知道啦，喺舊年9月立法會選舉之後呢，田生高票當選之後，佢已經搬房啦，由804搬到806，係嘛？都好明顯係想同我哋距離遠啲嘅啦。過去6年嚟，有陣時我會批評下佢，佢都話我好直率，係令佢唔開心，我對佢致歉可能我的而且確太直率，傷害咗佢自尊心，我自己都要深刻反省嘅。作為一個女性，係。
A lot of people say, well, actually, you know, yourself and Regina, you're both strong personalities. I think that's a matter of fact. And, you know, it seems inherently unlikely that you would, for a long time, be able to work together.
Personality, 2 strong personality with very clear synergy with respect to ideology is not a problem.
Because one of the things that Regina has said, again, since your departure is, oh, well, you know, if she's offended you in any way, she wants to apologise for that. Do you regard yourself as having been offended?
No. She doesn't need to apologize to me at all. Okay? I left not because of lack of apology. I left because there's an ideological difference. Please understand, when you have ideological differences, there's no judgment on right or wrong.
I just want to understand a bit more what it was that attracted you to joining the New People's Party in the first place.
All right, I had left the Liberal Party only for a short while. A mutual friend said Regina wanted to meet with me. I had heard about her trying to form a new party and trying to find a partner. And I had very little previous dealings with her. All right, so we started talking and we agreed on 2 fundamental principles. We looked at the pro-establishment spectrum at the time. You have The FTU represent labor, you have Liberal Party represent business, and you have DAB representing middle class, grassroots, and all that. Okay? So why do we need a fourth party? What would be our position within the Love Country, Love Hong Kong group? All right, so we had agreed that we would abide by two things. First of all, take a stronger role in providing check and balance against the government, which means you need to have the courage to vote against government from time to time. And secondly, maintain a respectable distance from the liaison office, because the other three parties had a very close relationship, at least perception-wise, with the liaison office, okay? So basically we agree that we would not invite the central government's official or the liaison office officials to our annual party conference and all that. Shortly after, she decided to accept an invitation to join IXCO. And at that time, I already said that there would be a problem. How can you have a party with only two legislators, one of whom is the chair, who would be an IXCO member? Because then you basically have your mouth shut. You cannot comment on anything about the government. You almost every time have to support the government. And if I disagree, I would cause a split image for the party. So if I were to agree every time, then what's the point of me being a legislator? All right? But she had thought differently. She felt that she could be equally effective inside persuading the government. But obviously, at the end, she probably also agreed with me, because right after the chief executive election this time, when she was asked whether she will join IXCO again, she said no, it's been too much pressure in the past, trying to support government, and that it's not good for the development of the party. So now she's actually coming to terms with what I had reminded her years ago. Okay, so that was one thing. And the other thing is, a year or two after we formed the party, she started inviting the liaison office officials to our annual function, and it becomes more of a regular thing now these days. So I was always asked in the district, well, how is your party different from the other three? Okay, and then I realized that, you know, it is not something we had originally agreed to do.
But you
right?
yourself, you are a member of Chinese state bodies, so your closeness must be pretty close.
That's a very good question. Between the party and the liaison office, I myself, I would visit the liaison office if it's about the MPP, about the National People Congress matter. That's a different issue. It's a personal capacity. I am not there to represent the party.
Hard to say that, though. I mean,
no. I make it very clear. And even as an MPC deputy, I'm probably one of the more outspoken ones against all those sensitive, controversial issues.
So what happens now? Are you forming a new party?
Nope. I want to be independent.
But you and
everybody
other
says
district
there's no
councillors
room
have
in
left.
Hong Kong for an independent councillor. My response to that was, well, I had to work doubly hard, right? I need to get up more at 6 a.m. in the morning. I need to distribute flyers. I need to attend to district matters, okay? I just need to do more non-political work.
You're definitively ruling out the possibility of forming another party, is that right?
At this point, yes. I mean, 2-3 years on the line, I mean, please understand, whatever response I give today, if I'm uncertain, I will tell you. If I'm certain but I cannot guarantee it, because I don't know how the world will change and what will happen a year or two from now, then I also have to be honest with you.
Would you see yourself as being a person who would be in Carrie Lam EXCO?
Oh, no. No. I had been inside the establishment for the first 10 somewhat years of my political life. I've been chairman of KCRC, the chairman of the Employee Retraining Board. I've been inside the government, all right? And My conclusion at the end was that basically inside the government, you can give advice, all right? But at the end, they don't have to listen to you, and most often you become a salesman for their policy. Okay? I have actually felt that this position, since I became a geographically elected legislator, has given me more clout and bargaining power dealing with government.
Well, Michael Tien, thank you very much indeed. Welcome back. Since it took over most of the retail property in Hong Kong's public housing estates from the Housing Authority, the Link REIT has become Asia's biggest real estate investment trust. Its revenues amounted to some $4,608 million last year. However, some of the Link's decisions have been controversial, with small shopkeepers and caterers arguing that attempts to upgrade malls and markets have forced them out of business in favour of big chains and increased rents. In addition to these issues, problems have also arisen when the Link has sold its less profitable properties. Since 2014, it's sold 28. For tenants of Wong Tai Sin's Tien shopping centre, this sale has not brought improvements.
好失望嘅，係絕對係好失望同埋開始無助。
以錢為先，即係以盈利為先，而唔係以係咧係對個社會有冇益處、對個街坊有冇益處為先嘅。咁呢個好犀利咯。
你話你一早通知我哋嘅，唔同你簽㗎啦。我可以1年前唔入貨，我可以清貨。
Last April, Link REIT agreed to sell the Tien shopping centre and parking facility to Excel Skill Limited, owned by Vantage International Holdings Limited. The new owner committed to spend $100 million to renovate the mall. But Tien Court residents like Simon say they have yet to see any changes for the better.
心底裏邊，我哋係好失望，係啦，即係點解我哋好似領展賣豬仔咁樣，我哋好似俾人出賣咗，係跟住我哋用咗我哋自己嘅一個原本應該係屬於我哋嘅管轄，我哋管理費都係俾嘅一個範圍，而家係俾人賣咗之後，而嗰個人係愛理不理嘅，其實我哋個法團都會係管轄唔到呢度㗎。就算我哋話好深，我哋自己揾多啲管理人員過嚟淋下花啊，執下垃圾啊，但係始終係人哋嘅地方，即係人哋唔俾你做呢樣嘢，你都無符㗎嘛。
Dying plants are not the only problem. There's also an infestation of rats, an elevator that's been out of order for over a month, and overflowing garbage. Ironically, grocery store keeper Mrs. Chen tells us the management fee actually went up by 55% just last month to $1,400.
雞蛋有時一日咬能10隻8隻都唔頂嘅，譬如蝦米啊。 嗰啲啦，一樣佢會食嘅。我哋反映上去，初頭嗰幾日有嚟同你做下嘢，做到咩？做唔到啊嘛！我哋問佢攞老鼠膠，嗌佢俾我哋都唔肯啦。我哋自己去買幾廿蚊一塊㗎，嗰啲老鼠餅都好奢侈，嘥錢㗎。
Tenants also face their rents at least doubling from June. The hefty rent increase is driving away small businesses like Miss Chow's tutorial center. The long-term tenant says she's unimpressed by either her former or existing landlords.
我哋試過擺個嘅衣架喺呢度啦，咁啲街坊咧有啲好新淨嘅衫啦，有一啲嘅 sample 嗰啲咧其實全新嘅，咁我哋俾啲工人姐姐啦、街坊啦，佢哋中意覺得啱嘅就拎翻去嘅，咁結果我係接警告信嘅。 即係覺得我佔用咗佢嘅地方，叫我係唔可以咁樣做嘅。咁亦都係借過我哋嘅地方咧，係俾阿農夫係交收一啲嘅有機菜嘅。咁亦都係警告我咧，就話即係做翻自己補習嘅本業，就唔好做啲本業以外嘅事情。咁呢個係阿領展做嘅。
領展正如其他
Chief Executive Lung Chun-ying has said that the Link has a social responsibility to uphold. Many see little evidence of the government doing anything to make it live up to its responsibilities.
同房署當時講嗰個領匯出售 都已經有文獻記錄咧。無論你係領匯、領展，而家再賣出去咧，第一唔準係拆散賣啦，第二個咧係要維護翻對公屋居民嘅需要同服務嘅。房署或者政府係有法理去管佢哋噶嘛，但係咧往往就有一個在商言商咁就商業行為咁就管，咁我覺得係唔啱嘅。
And what the Link should do is, according to what they told us, they actually, when they sell any properties, they will look at whether the new buyer is a qualified new buyer. How they define is a qualified new buyer, besides, whether or not they have money to buy, is the quality of their management. That's what I've been told. But obviously, in Tien Court, it's not the case.
Mr. Men, who is a Tsuen Wan district councillor, says he knows that 2 shopping malls in his district were sold by the Link last October. As management fees skyrocket, he's worried that residents may be left with limited options.
例如好似呢條村就係國村安蔭村呢類咧，你引進啲名牌咧，或者係嘅叫做連鎖嘅食肆啦，未必係適合我哋呢度嘅居民嘅需要，比較年長啦，另外一個口味各方面都唔消費力啊等未必追得上，咁呢個都係一個問題嚟嘅。
19年入邊其實咧係一個唔短嘅日子啦。咁我哋呢幾年入邊咧陸陸續續大個咗嗰啲嘅小朋友咧，佢哋翻嚟做我哋嘅兼職導師啊，或者係啲文職嘅工作，我哋都有份睇住佢嘅成長。咁呢個其實我哋好開心咯。
Meat-free Mondays may be making inroads, but most Hong Kongers are champion carnivores and proud of it. We're also the biggest market for beef from Brazil, importing more than $178 million worth last year. So it's no surprise that the Brazilian food safety scandal and the Hong Kong government's temporary partial banning of Brazilian meat has had plenty of reverberations.
Launched on March 17th in Brazil, Operation The Flash is week involved raids on 21 meat processing plants suspected of repackaging spoiled or contaminated meat, using additives to mask smells, and passing spoiled beef off as safe to eat. There are nearly 5,000 meat processing facilities across the country. Police also accused sanitation inspectors of accepting bribes, conspiring to sell rancid products, falsifying export documents, and failing to inspect meat packing facilities. Just 33 out of 11,000 plant inspectors across the country were removed from their jobs and are awaiting prosecution. Brazilian officials say that most of the irregularities were at small local meat packers that don't export. Of the 21 units investigated, authorities ordered the closure of 6 that ship products to the international market. But that still worries Hong Kong officials. We are one of the largest markets for Brazil's frozen meat. In 2016, frozen and chilled meat from the country made up about 45% of our total beef supply. The government has banned imports of meat from the 21 processing plants involved, but it's hard to be sure whether contaminated meat has already been distributed to the market.
我哋係有32櫃呢啲貨咧係入咗嚟香港。有一櫃拆咗，有1/3嘅產品咧係流出咗市面，嗰度大約係有7000公斤。咁我哋通過呢個回收嘅機制咧，我哋大約係收回咗4000公斤。
究竟有幾多有問題嘅廠房嚟嘅肉係喺市面上邊呢？而嗰啲咪已經全部已經收晒。
現時嚟講，以我哋嘅理解咧，全部呢啲肉咧，一就係喺市場上已經消化咗，二其實絕大部分已經離開咗香港。
即係我哋已經食咗啦，即係啲消費者。
但係主席，你一定要記住，整個行動到而家咧都係一個預防性嘅。
Local catering companies say it's not easy for them to trace the source of meat imported from Brazil, as it comes repackaged via various importers and retailers.
絕大部分嘅食肆咧，都係譬如話從一啲批發商或者一啲分銷商嚟到攞貨嘅。咁而一啲批發商嘅話，亦都會從一啲進口商嚟到攞貨，而進口商咧又會從巴西嗰邊去買貨啊咁樣。如果話一啲中小型嘅食肆咁樣，咁用嘅量咁大，咁亦都冇可能咧，即係由佢哋呢一個食肆嘅層面咧，可以知道嗰啲肉
係咪由呢21間生產商或者公司提供咧咁樣。
To reassure the customers, some restaurants or catering companies have announced that just to be safe, they are not using any meat from Brazil. The Food and Environmental Hygiene Department's Centers for Food Safety is not banning the selling of Brazilian meat outright. It can still be found on sale in local retailers.
My constituents will not sell you something not fit for consumption. If they tell by looking at it, smelling it, and touching it, if they think it's bad, they will send it back. They won't sell it to you because it's no good for their business.
冇發現到有食物安全嘅問題，係咪代表呢啲食物係安全食用咧？咁樣咁我哋亦都係想政府咧再比較清晰一啲，去俾多啲資訊。除咗食肆之外咧，其實市民都需要呢個資訊。
And that's it from us for this week. If you've missed the show or want to view it again, you can also do so at RTHK's website or talk to us on our Facebook page, RTHK's The Pulse. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.